Hi there, my name is ETOH. I'm with Dignitas, and I'm joined by Just Breathe, a roster that is going to be competing in the upcoming Verizon VCT Game Changers. And in particular, from this team, I have MILKYWAY and NATTY joining me. So, one thing that Heather has been really interested in, Sapphire, is that instead of you introducing yourselves, she wants you to introduce your teammates. So, starting with you, Milky Way, can you tell us a little bit about Natty, how they got started in Valorant, what they're like as a teammate, what
Yeah,
makes them great?
so I actually know Natty from CSGO, a former game that we used to play together. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she lives in Maryland. She was born in Japan, right, Natty? You're born in Japan? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
what makes her a great teammate is she always comes on with a great attitude and she's always ready to learn more stuff. I actually switched her from comp to comp and she had no problem learning more comps and stuff. So she has a great attitude toward
Wow.
everything.
They sound amazingly flexible in that case. I know that even people in matchmaking struggle to change roles, and the fact that she can just do it on the fly like that, that's amazing. Well, Natty, can you introduce us to Milky Way? It looks like she had some good words for you, so we'll let her down.
So this is Milky Way. She's from Hawaii, but she currently lives in Chicago. I
Mm-hmm.
actually met her a few years ago at a LAN event in DreamHack Atlanta. So
Mm-hmm.
we, I have actually played against her in a few tournaments back when we were both playing CS:GO too, and I remember her always destroying me whenever I'm playing up against her. Like I remember this specific round, and I don't even know if Milky remembers it, but I was in a halls once, and she was playing in a one-way smoke, and I was just so unsuspected of that, and she ripped my head off.
You were in Hall, like, was this Inferno or something like that? Because
Yes, it was an
I knew
inferno.
it. There's so many one ways in that area.
I'm
No
just like,
That's
what just
kidding.
funny.
happened to me? But she's such a good player, and she's also our IGL for our team too.
Mm-hmm.
And like, her brain is massive. I'm telling you, she is such a good caller. Whenever we're losing, her mental is so strong. Like, she can still get us through rounds, even if we're down like 6-0. So
Wow.
Thanks,
she's a
Natty.
great IGL.
You have an iron mental, and I feel like in Valorant especially, that's super important. Either one of you, kind of feel comfortable talking about the other players on your team, that being Slays, Kara, and I feel like I've already messed up the names, so I'm going to try for this
Yeah,
last one.
Emluo, yeah.
Emluo?
Actually, Slays is our Sova main. And she's a great person. She came from she used to play COD. She played a bunch of games, but she mostly played like COD and Roblox. So
Wow. The two traditional
yes,
FPSs,
yes.
yes.
So she is actually like kind of like the mid round IGL. So I kind of just start the round off and um, kind of like do what I think is like the best to start off with, but obviously things change in the mid game. So she kind of will take over from there and she'll kind of mid game lead. Um, so yeah, she's our Sova. M. Luo, she came from Minecraft. I don't know how she became so good at this game, but she's
What?
amazing. She's one of the best Sentinels I've ever like had the pleasure to play with. So
I don't know, something about Minecraft
yeah, I'm
players.
telling. She's crazy. She's cracked. Kara, she's 16 years old, and she's actually from Chicago as well. She came from Overwatch.
I think after watching FaZe Clan, we just know how crazy, how crazy of aimers all of them can, all of those Overwatch players could be. Mentioned you both came from CS, and I'm really curious about what first off transitioning from CS:GO to Valorant was like. But
The most trickiest part was the utility. I was not used to all this
mhm.
crazy utility. I was legit getting mad and stuff over like getting killed by like a nade and stuff,
Yeah,
like this crazy nade that just sparks out to more nades and stuff. I wasn't used to that. I was used to more of like the, like the Counter Strike utility where they get two flashbangs, one grenade and one smoke grenade. Yeah, and like
one
one regular
smoke.
molly,
Hmm.
like now all these crazy abilities. So that was like the number one thing that I felt like I was a lot behind in. So coming to this game, it was mostly just the utility that was really different and how to like play around it and stuff. But after
Hmm.
the utility is used, this game's kind of like Counter Strike. So I feel
Yeah.
like I was grateful to play Counter Strike before this game.
You were all playing in the Supergirl Gamers Pro Championship. You qualified for the grand finals, and by the time this video comes out, we'll actually know how you placed. But I'm curious, what has prep looked like overall? Has it been just this single tournament? Have you been putting in work with scrims? What has it been like,
Yeah,
starting
so
with you, Milky Way?
we practice Sunday through Thursday for about like
Hmm.
4 or 5 hours. So we try to do 3 to 4 scrims. We also dedicate days to do like VOD reviews and specific server time. Um, we've
Hmm.
also been competing in other tournaments too. Like we've been competing in the Knights GG Sakura Cup. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
those have been fun.
So we placed well in those two. Um, we're just we were just doing those for like pure experience, like kind of just building up for this really important one coming up. So
Well, hey, that's awesome. Natty, how about you? I mean, you said also server time, but have you been like personally putting in the hours of like DMing as well, or?
I do some VOD reviews on my own time as well.
Hmm.
Try to take a little bit of things from pro teams. Like if I see anything interesting that I've watched during the VCT Masters, I'll bring that into the server and show my teammates. And I just DM a lot and play on my individual time.
To the tournament itself, are there any teams that you think will pose a really big challenge, or
we're gonna go fully into this tournament with like full confidence, and we're just gonna try our best to beat every team. So yeah.
team that's really kind of knocking on the door of some of the best in North America as a women's team? And I'm curious if you have any advice for women who are watching this and are really, motivated by you. Do you have any advice that you'd like to give out to them? Pointers, perhaps, something like that, just to get them inspired? I want to hear from
I've been in the esports scene for a
you.
while,
Hmm.
and I know sometimes it can get very discouraging. Um, when things don't go your way,
Hmm.
like in terms of losing tournaments or just being unable to find a consistent team to stay with. For people that are struggling with that, I'm just gonna say to keep pushing through, because that's what I did, and I'm here now with Milk, and these lovely girls that you know continue to grind every day.
Hmm.
My advice would just to continue to work hard and play together and focus on your goals and remind each other of what your goals are so that everyone kind of gets refreshed on what they're, fighting for pretty much every day. And um, I think sticking together is very important, obviously. So I would say, like,
Right.
you should work with what you have instead of like looking for someone that's better or whatever. Like, why don't no one ever tries to work with what they have first. It happens a lot in like the male scene as well, where they'll like cut players after one event or something if they did bad, and I don't
Yeah.
think that's a good
Yeah.
outlook, to look at things. Um, so I would say to just stick together and grind together, and you guys fight together.
Lot for joining me, Just Breathe. I hope to see you go far. Before we actually finish up, though, I'm curious if you have any shout outs, to your dogs, to
Yeah, I'll shout my dog out, Link, for getting me through the days. he's always trolling me every day. You can even ask
Oh
my
yeah.
teammates. You can hear me yelling at him through my mic during
yeah,
scrims.
that's too real.
But to be serious, I want to thank all of my friends and family for supporting me,
Hmm.
especially throughout my esports career. My friends and family have definitely pushed me through and kept me going. So I want to thank everybody, including my teammates
Good.
too.
One, my boyfriend for literally letting me come to his house and play here and stuff, and because I'm originally from Hawaii, so if you can imagine how hard it is to play from Hawaii, it's
Yeah.
pretty difficult. Um, so for sure, he's supported me throughout my entire gaming career, and it's really refreshing to have that support. My mom and sister for always believing in my dreams, even when I like didn't go to high school or anything, and I would just play games on my computer and stuff. Like, it paid off because I was on the Dignitas team for a while, so I'm very grateful for that.
So much for joining me. I really can't wait to see what you all do at the Verizon VCT Game Changers presented by Dignitas. But yeah, that's everything I have for you. Have a great night and good luck.
Thank you.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you.